Hello everyone, so today we will have a cleaning of my 306 Fluval filter. This is external canister filter. It's a relatively powerful filter. I've had it for about a year, and well, its priming mechanism got broken almost immediately, but apart from that it has worked very well so far. I've had no problems with it. Well, it has very strong flow and it's quite powerful. And yeah, it's designed for fish tanks, I think up to 350 liters, but more likely about 250 liters. I'm not going to clean the pipes today because they don't get dirty as often. I haven't cleaned the canister itself for about 2.5 months, so it should be very relatively dirty because the flow is relatively slow now. But the pipes, they don't need that much cleaning because you can see they're black, they're not transparent, so they don't covered by algae as frequently and as fast as transparent pipes, for example Echaim pipes. So first we need to switch off both inlet and outlet pipes by moving this lever up, this white lever up, so essentially like this. So now it's completely blocked, both inlet and outlet pipes, and the water doesn't flow anymore, but it's still on, so you shouldn't forget to turn off the filter as well. So you have to switch off from power. So the next thing we need to do is we need to disconnect inlet and outlet pipes from the canister itself. There is this red handle here. You need to move it up like this. It always has a bit of water. No, not much. Like this. The next thing we're going to do is to get it out. And it can be very heavy when it's full of water and full of media. So in order to open it, you need to move this lashes, white lashes on its sides to the sides and then upwards, and it's open like this. Originally, this compartment over here has sponges. It has 4 coarse sponges, which is original Fluval design. I've removed those sponges because they have no particular purpose. I'm using this filter mostly for biological filtration. I don't need that many sponges. I would rather use this space to place some biological media, and that's what I've done. So this whole compartment here in my case is filled with alpha grok ceramic porous media, which has a really large surface area, and it's really great for growing beneficial bacteria and aerobic bacteria. And essentially in this area here you can put probably up to 2 kilos of biological media if you remove this all of these 4 sponges that used to be here. So we'll take out the first basket. It's also filled with alpha grok. Here it is. I will put each of these baskets into tank water, and I will wash them in this tank water. I'm not going to use tap water to wash my biological media because it will kill all of your beneficial bacteria. You have to always wash your biological media in tank water. Yeah, so I haven't cleaned this media for 3 months, and you can see that alpha grok does not really hold much muck or debris. It doesn't get clogged. So the next basket is filled with a mixture of Echaim substrate, volcanic lava, red volcanic lava, and alpha grok. I'll put it into the tank water and I'll wash it later. So now I'm removing the last media basket. Here it is. It has some filter wool, some filter pad on top, and coarse sponge. This coarse sponge, it comes with Fluval. It's just an original coarse sponge that was here. It's the same here. So essentially, in my case, most of the muck, most of the debris, most of the rubbish from your tank gets settled first in this coarse sponge and then in those filter pads. And I don't really need any other sponges inside of this filter because that's quite sufficient. You can see that they're quite dirty, but they're not too dirty and they're not completely blocked. Now we're going to wash the filter head. It's not too dirty actually. In order to reach impeller, we'll have to remove this part here, and there is a small lock here. You have to move it up. And here we go, we'll wash the sink separately. As it's often the case with canisters, impellers get really dirty, and here we go here. Kind of all covered with all sorts of dirt, so you have to clean it, but you have to do it very gently. If you scratch your impeller, you'll have to replace it. Impeller shaft also needs to be washed and taken out. And impeller shaft area, yeah, it's better to do it with a rack or something like that because it gets quite a lot of dirt inside. Don't be afraid to wash it like this. The water is not going to get inside the filter head. It's all sealed off. So now it's all washed, and I'll need to put all these parts back. First we'll put impeller shaft like this, then we'll get the impeller back. You have to hold it before you release it because there is a magnet and it's just gonna jump in there really fast and it can get damaged. And the last thing we do is we put this sink back and it has to click, yeah, so you know that's done. Next I'm going to wash sponges in the tank water. Again, you can potentially wash your sponges in tap water, but it's gonna kill all the beneficial bacteria you have there, and if you don't want to lose any beneficial bacteria from your filter media, it's better to wash them in tank water. We're going to put them back, like so. And next I'm gonna wash filter pads. Well, some people change their filter wool during each cleaning, but in my case, unless they're completely falling apart, I'll just wash them very well and they will serve you for quite a while. These are not original Fluval filter wool. This is just some stuff I bought on eBay, which serves the purpose. We're going to put the filter wool back. Just make sure that there are no gaps, like this. Well, obviously after a couple of washes, a couple of cleanings of your filter, it's not going to look as fresh as it did before. We'll also add the fresh pad here. like so. And we're going to put them back into the filter basket like this. Wash the media in tank water. Well, as you can see, it's relatively clean, so I just need to shake it a bit. There's not much debris trapped in. And here it comes. And the last basket with alpha grog. And the last basket goes in. Here's the lid. So now I'm going to fill in this area with biological media. Well, in total I have this amount of biological media that fits in there. That's over 2 kilos of biological media. And it's gonna go instead of coarse sponges that were originally there. In total, this canister filter fits about 4 kilos of biological media, if you use the space for biological media. If you keep the original Fluval sponges, coarse sponges in this compartment here, then you will be able to fit only approximately 2 kilos of biological media in these 3 baskets. So it depends on what do you want to use your canister for. If you want to use it for mechanical filtration, you would certainly need to keep these sponges as they originally are. If you want to use your filter mostly for biological filtration, which is my case, you can remove the sponges. So if you're filling this area with biological media, you have to remember not to fill it completely full. You just have to leave some space in here. It has to be below this lid here. Yeah, it shouldn't get over this lid, otherwise the filter head is not going to get closed. So we're going to put back the filter head, like so. You have to open these lashes as far as you can and then push them back. Again, make sure that you hear this clicking sound and make sure that this gap here is not too wide. In my case, it's too wide, so I'll have to open it up and make sure that you have to make sure that there is no gap between the filter head and the canister. Sometimes you may actually close the lashes. They may look close to you, but if there is a gap between the filter head and the canister, it means that it's not completely sealed. Once you turn it off, there is a chance that the head will get off and it will start leaking all over the place. It will be a type of a disaster. So yeah, this is how it has to look like. No gap at all. So we're going to get it back. It's always a bit of a struggle for me because there's not enough space. And I'll put the pipes back. Again, in my case, the priming mechanism here is broken, so I can't prime it. That's why I'm trying not to wash these pipes too often, and they don't really get dirty too frequently. So if you don't wash your pipes, there's still water inside the pipes. As soon as you close it down, So yeah, sometimes it's tight. And the final thing to do is to open both inlet and outlet pipes to let the water get inside the canister and to get it primed. You should hear this kind of a sound of water flowing inside the filter and down the pipes, so you know that it's primed. Yeah, there's lots of bubbles coming out, and that's a good sign. And it might take a while. And now it's primed. So now we're going to turn it on. And it's working. It still has some bubbles inside, so it's going to take it some time to push them out, but in general it's working. As a conclusion, I can say that this model of Fluval filter is relatively reliable. It's very powerful, it works well. Well, I'm not a big fan of Fluval filters, I'm more of an Eheim fan, so I only have one Fluval filter and I don't think I will get another one. The reason being is that the priming mechanism on this one got broken almost immediately within its first months. And yes, its parts are a bit more delicate than Eheim parts, so you have to be a bit more careful with them, and it's easy to break them, so that's one of the things that I don't like about Fluval. But other than that, it's powerful and relatively easy to clean filter. So that's it for today, and until next video, bye bye.